Hello, hello, hello.
Kenny,
Yes, sir. Kenny B. Kenny B is back. Kenny B is here. And for you fight fans that have tuned in, this is a live stream of the official call. And with my co-host right side by side with me, the Birdman, Robert Bird. What's up, my brother?
it's all good. It's all good, man. I tell you, it was popping. It was popping over the weekend.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Zuffa boxing show. This was there. I think that might have been their third show. But let me tell you something. Um, Zuffa is going to make some noise. They're
Right.
already doing it
Yeah.
because those fights, whoever the matchmaker is for Zuffa boxing, that person is doing an incredibly good job
Right.
putting together competitive fights. I mean, from top to bottom, from
Yeah.
top to bottom, every fight was competitive.
Yeah.
They didn't all go the distance, but boy, were they competitive.
Good. Good. We're definitely talk about those fights. I was able to do a little homework and you're right. What I saw, they started out hot. I mean, there was no build up to the crescendo. It was they walked in and started thumping from the very beginning.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what
And
people want to see. People want to see fights like that, you know.
yes,
And
yes, they do.
Zuffa, so far, they're producing. They're
Right.
giving people what they want. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Tell
And
you.
hey, only thing we got to do is just get on the sled, the moguls and the bumps like they're doing in the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, and just ride it out.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Yeah. It was a
So
great
anyway,
show.
the first fight. Say it again, Birdman.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. The first fight that we're gonna talk about is that Ifa and Jabba fight against Charles Martin.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Heavyweights, heavyweights,
Big boys.
the big boys. And we talking big. Ifa was 6'6". He weighed in at 254, has a reach of 85 inches. And Charles Martin, is 6'5". He weighed in at 250. He has an 80-inch reach. And the only difference for me, Birdman, in this matchup was the age.
Mhm.
Efo was 31 years of age, and Martin is 39 years of age.
Yeah.
But when you look at both Martin, he's cut up, he looked good, and for a minute there, he, he he was doing pretty good at
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah. You Martin, he was the former IBF heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
Yeah, a few years back. Yeah, he been around a minute. Yeah, he was a
yeah,
former champ. I forget who he won the title. He lost it in his first title defense, but he was the champion for a hot minute.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, the fight, you couldn't have asked for any more. It was a knockdown in the third round. At I think the 1 minute five seconds on the clock, and then ultimately round four, it TKO knockout, and that basically was it. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
there wasn't a whole lot uh, uh, to discuss or talk about because it was clean. The punches were precise and right on the button, and yeah, it's gonna be real interesting to me when Ifa decides, or if it happens, he gets in the ring with our boy that we have talked about many of times, and that is Usyk. And before you comment, Birdman, I wanted to remind the fans that they can tune in at any time during this podcast and our live stream and ask questions, join us, and be a part of the show.
yeah. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you folks out there. Well, I'm gonna tell you, Kenny. There's a history with Mr. Ajagba.
Yeah,
Uh, some folks might recall. I think it was maybe 2 3 years ago. There was a fight. I believe it was in Minneapolis, and Ajagba was announced, and he came into the ring, and then the young man that uh, Ajagba was going to fight came into the ring, took a look at Ajagba, and walked out the ring. If you recall that, he just left the ring. He said,
yeah,
"I don't want no parts of this man." uh,
which is
so
a rare
Ajagba's been
occasion.
around. He's been around a while, and
Yeah,
I've worked some sparring in the gyms with him with Ajagba, and uh, the the thing for me last night was which Ajagba was going to show up because when I worked at sparring with him in the gym, uh, often he was he was just lazy, you know,
yeah,
uh, and he wasn't really working hard, and he wasn't listening to the things that people were telling him. He's so gifted. He has great tools. He has great size and athleticism, but he wouldn't use them. And so the question for me watching him
yeah,
was which Ajaba is showing up because he has a tremendous amount of
yeah,
talent. He has an upside, but it depends
yeah,
on if he is focused and ready to fight. Now, to your question, to your comment, uh, if he honestly thinks that he is ready to challenge Usyk, I think that he's been hit in the head. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's not ready for Usyk. He definitely is not ready, in my opinion. He is not ready for Usyk. Usyk
yeah,
is the real deal. Um, and uh, Usyk is a southpaw, and Charles Martin was a southpaw last night. And in that first round, I mean, he tagged the job.
yes, he
He hit him
did.
with a few straight left that was a chin check. You know, he made
Yes,
it through.
yes,
And but once Ajaba started to press the issue, uh, he was in real trouble. He was in,
yeah,
and I think especially in that third round. Uh, uh, Fortunately, um, the referee uh, called a quick pause to put a mouthpiece back in, and that allowed him to finish out the round. And then the next round, you know, uh, it was over with. But to your comment,
yeah,
I just didn't see enough of a job to think that he would be a credible opponent for Usyk. I mean, Usyk is the
yeah.
real deal, no question.
Usyk is the real deal. real deal. And if I can make comment quickly about the referee Thomas Taylor, whenever a mouthpiece comes, discretion, and in seminars that we've have been in for many, many times, when there's the action is when we decide to call time and get that mouthpiece back in the fighter's mouth. Uh, Personally, when I was refereeing, I would take the mouthpiece over to the corner, have them wash it off and put it back. Um, some fighters do it, just take it, pick it up, and stick it back in, and that just basically goes to the individual referee. But that's the way I used to do it. Would
Yeah.
go over and wash off. Now the fight itself, and like you said, the heavyweights don't throw like the lighter weight divisions, and for both of them, it was kind of a pick and palm as to uh, when they were going to really open up and start throwing. And to me, Birdman, I never felt that they really opened up, other than the fact that Ajagba just caught him with the right shot in the third round and dropped him. And it was kind of toward the end of the round in a way that Martin was able to, get through the round, but apparently he hadn't recovered enough because in the fourth round,
Yeah.
Job caught up with him, and what he did, Thomas Taylor did the right thing because it was only gonna get worse.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
and like you said, Kenny, I want to remind our fans out there that they can call into the show right now. You can join in the conversation. The information is in the description below. But I want to go back and clear up about the mouthpiece
yeah,
because a lot of our fans may not know that what the rule is about the mouthpiece. And in boxing, in combat sports, the rule is that a round cannot start without the mouthpiece being in.
yes,
Okay, it has to be in at the start of the round. It doesn't say anything about it staying in.
right,
We're taught, and we talk to them in the dressing room to say, look, if the mouthpiece comes out, we'll wait for a lull in the action and we'll replace it.
right,
But just to give our folks a little bit of history, the reason why uh, back in the day we used to take the mouthpiece and run it over and wash it off is because back in the day there was a rosin box. When the fighters got into the ring, they would step in this rosin box and
yeah,
get the rosin on their shoes. And so if the mouthpiece came out and hit the canvas back in the day, that rosin was there. Nowadays, that there's no more rosin box, and most
right,
of the shoes nowadays that they wear, they're not leather soled, they're rubber soled. You
yes,
know, and so uh, the washing off of the mouthpiece really becomes a personal thing,
yeah,
for a referee. But
yes,
there's no medical reason why, you know,
yeah,
you had to wash the thing off. Now, the only concern would be if you put the mouthpiece in upside down, then the corner might come back and say, "Hey, well, you didn't put it in right." And so the way you stop that is if you're going to put it in, you put it in and ask them. Now, is it in okay? Yeah, it's right. All right, let's go. You know,
yeah.
but so that's just a little background on the mouthpiece and the mouthpiece issues and why we do certain things with the mouthpiece that way. You know.
Very good point. And for me, you kind of made your little prediction in regards to if a Jabu fought Usyk, and I would have to pretty much ditto with you. Um, I didn't like how Ajabu was getting those early hits.
Mhm.
Um, I didn't see much head movement from him. he was just getting hit, and Usyk will take advantage of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Without a doubt. If you
Yeah.
ain't showing some upper body movement, or at least try to make it difficult that you get hit. We know in the course of a fight, fighters get hit, but if he's getting tagged in the first couple of rounds, Chuck says 10 more rounds, 9 more rounds left to go. So you got to make it difficult for your opponent.
Yeah.
So he's not just hitting you with everything he throws, because if not, you'll be in for a long night.
Right. Right. I
And
think. I
and,
think.
and at this point, for me, Birdman, Usyk has shown us more than how he won the title, how he has sustained the title, and how he has kept the title. So,
Mhm.
uh, yeah, somebody is going to have to really step their game up, in my opinion, to beat Usyk, because all of the size of the fighters, he's fought them 6'9", 6'8", 6'6", and he's beat them all.
Yep. Yep.
He's beat
And
them
they're
all.
stronger.
So
They're bigger and stronger than
they're
Ajagba.
bigger and stronger, and he's beat them all.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that now, if it could be made, if the fight could be made, and I don't think that any promoter in his right mind would make that fight at this juncture, because
Yeah,
it's just not. It would be very difficult to market, very difficult to market that
yeah,
fight, and so
yeah,
I just don't see that any promoter would even venture to put that out there. You know, if it did, it would be a great
yeah,
payday
yeah,
for a job, and I'm all for fighters making making money. But again,
yeah,
one of the premises of Zuffa is that they want to put on bouts that are competitive. They want to
yeah,
give they want fighters that are going to fight the best, even fighters that are starting out, young fighters starting out. Uh,
yeah,
but man, I'm telling you, everything that every fight on that card was competitive,
yeah,
and that's the thing that's the product that people want to see.
yeah,
And uh, with that in mind, Zuffa is producing what people want to see, and
yeah,
that that bodes well for Zuffa. And beyond that, it bodes well for, I think, a renaissance in boxing. That's what Zuffa is doing. It's starting to pique the interest in boxing again, and evidently some promoters are listening, because there's a couple of fights on the horizon that are going to be competitive. We're going to talk about them. Okay,
yeah,
we're going to
yeah,
talk about Garcia and the fight coming up, and down the road, Fondura
yeah,
fighting with Keith Thurman. Uh, we get
yeah,
these are competitive fights, and so somebody
yeah.
got the message. Okay, somebody got the message that people were tired of fights that just weren't competitive. The
Yeah.
best wasn't fighting the best. The product that people were paying their money for wasn't delivering. And I think that what Zuffa has done is infused uh, 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 some fire, man. We
Yeah.
so we have a caller saying Zuffa has been fired except for the wash fight, and I agree with that. Hey man, they Zuffa has injected some life into this boxing thing, and that's a great thing. That's a great thing for boxing.
It's a great thing, and Birdman, you know as well as I do, when a promoter puts a card together, whoever their matchmaker is, they're trying to put the best fights together. I mean, you can only do with what you got, and depending upon the stable of fighters, that they can pick and choose who to fight, this guy or that guy. It pretty much all goes with the territory,
Hmm.
uh, because when it's all said and done, uh, to get the perfect fight card where every fight is rock'em sock'em, drag out, entertaining, everything that goes with the fight itself, it's great. But there's gonna be a fight or two on there where the matchup just wasn't the best, and it happens.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So you
yeah.
just take the good with the bad, and but
Absolutely, absolutely. But the
yeah,
bottom line is there's been so much bad
yeah,
that that I mean, come on, Kenny. It's been so much bad
yeah,
that there was just a bad taste in the
yeah,
mouth of the consumers out there because the products that they were pushing down their throat were bad.
yeah,
I mean, just call a spade a spade. It
yeah,
was bad, and that's why this what Zuffa is doing. That's why it's so wonderful, man. It's
yeah,
so wonderful. It's injecting some life back
yeah,
into boxing, and
yeah,
that's great. Boxing is starting to have a little renaissance here,
right,
and when and like anything in life, when somebody's doing something and it's working well and it's producing, somebody's gonna copy that, and
yes,
that's a wonderful thing for our game because
yes, it is.
if Zuffa is injecting all this life in, some promoter sitting out there that wasn't on the bandwagon, they're gonna get on the wagon.
Yeah,
They're gonna get on the bandwagon.
they gonna get on the bandwagon, and the next thing that the matchmakers need to do is uh, spread their ability to know where the talent is.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of talent out there, but you got to search and know where to find it.
Yeah, yeah,
And when you find a good one, or two good ones, or three good ones, then has to be the center of attraction, so that you
yeah,
can grow from there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and callers, you can call in now. The number and the link to join us is in the description. Uh, we'd love to chat with you.
yeah,
Like to hear what's on your mind. Like to hear your opinions. Like to have you share your opinions with us. You know, but um, I'm just so happy, Kenny, that um, that this thing that Zuffa's doing is really breathing some life back into this game. Because you and I, you know, we we worked through the heyday of this game. We were part of this game uh, when it was, uh, you know, at its apex.
yes,
And we love the game. And I know you were not happy with some of the way the direction was going. I certainly wasn't. Uh, but it's made us old folks like you and I. It's breathed a lot of life in us. You know, we're happy. You know, what's
not
going
only
on.
a lot of light, yeah, but not only a lot of light. Back in the day, and a shout out to Bob Arum and the Duvas, but there were quality fighters back there. In the '84 Olympics, we had Pernell Whitaker, Mildred Taylor, Evander Holyfield, and then in the '88 Olympics, we had Oscar De La Hoya. There was a few, so there were a lot of quality good fighters out there, and they made the best of the material that they had back then, which was great for the sport.
Yeah,
Great,
yeah,
and but like you said, there's always ups and downs, and we just happen to hit the low point of the sport that we love. But back in the day, shucks, and Birdman, Vegas became the hotbed. Nevada, Commission became
Absolutely.
a hotbed because we were averaging 3 fights a month, sometimes 4 fights a
Yeah.
month,
Yeah.
and it wasn't just for a year or a few months. That went on for about 10, 12, 16 years.
Yeah. 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 Well, again, and I'm glad you brought it up because one of the major issues that impacted boxing was our amateur program. Our amateur program is pitiful. I mean, uh, the last male gold medalist was Andre Ward,
Yes,
and that was I don't know 4 or 5 Olympics ago. Okay,
yeah,
uh, the
2004, I think.
last double gold medal winner was on the female side with Clarissa Shields.
Yes,
Okay, so our amateur program back in the day was producing, you know, uh, 4, 5, 6, you know, guys that went on to fight for championships. And
yeah,
our amateur program has really, really gone in, it hasn't been very good over
right,
the course of the last 6, 7, 8 years. And
yeah,
that's where we used to, that's where most of our champions were coming up through the amateur ranks. Well,
yes,
uh, so that's not happening. So again, what Zuffa is doing is almost a parallel to the Olympics because they're taking people that we don't know, names that they don't jump out at you.
right,
But I'm telling you, once you start seeing these guys fight,
yeah,
and Zuffa, I think is going to be going probably once a week, maybe twice a month
yeah,
with these fights. So it's generating an interest back into the sport,
yeah,
breathing some life back into the sport. Wow, man, I mean that's great. That's
yeah,
great for the sport. That's great for the buying public that is going to buy these sports. And I think the success that Zuffa can bring is going to permeate out into all of the gyms out there. You know, boxers are going to say, well, you know what? I don't have to wait for a golden boy promotion. I can do this, and this might be, people will begin to know my name and learn about me. So, uh, I just think that we're at a point in our game where there's some life being breathed back into it, and
yeah.
that's a wonderful thing. You
It's
know.
a wonderful thing, and you brought up one thing that holds true, and that is, I went to a gym today. I didn't even know this gym even existed, but I got a text from uh, uh, a friend that wants to be a referee, and we mentor to as many referees as we can, our locals. And so I went to the gym. I didn't even know the gym existed. Since I walked in there, and the place was packed with fighters. Uh,
Wow.
uh, Matter of fact, Rolly Romero was in there
Mhm.
working out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and it speaks volumes when those gyms are full with the young talent, because that young talent is gonna, like you said, it's gonna touch the amateur programs, and then from there they're gonna look to go to the Olympics if that still happens in
Mhm.
boxing, because there was questionable. It got questionable about if they were going to even allow the boxing in the Olympics
Yes.
in 28. But
Hmm.
but um, if there's no Olympics, they can still go pro and make a mark, make some noise.
Well, and the thing about it is Kenny, that now they have another vehicle. Zuffa is going to be a vehicle for a lot of these fighters that are in these gyms that are not going to get a call from Golden Boy. They're not going to get a call from Top Rank. They're not going to get a call from uh, uh, the folks over in Europe, but they
Mhm.
may get a call from Zuffa
Yeah.
because Zuffa is taking young talent, and saying, "We're going to throw you in there, but we're going to match you. You're going to earn it."
Right.
But these are young people that are full of desire, and they want to, showcase what abilities they have. Well,
Right.
this is another vehicle by which they can showcase their ability, and it worked well. I mean, you can say there are people out there that are critical of Dana White, but the one thing that you can't take away from Dana White is that the model that he utilized for UFC has been tremendously successful.
Yeah.
And his contender series, where he basically takes these guys, and they fight each other. Uh, Best of the ones that 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 showcase their skills, they get a contract. You
Yeah.
know, and let me tell you something. When there's that contract out there, you fight for it. You know, you put the effort out there.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so uh, I know that there are people who are critics of Mr. Dana, but the bottom line is what Dana is doing is breathing life into something that, what a lot of people don't realize is that boxing really was Dana White's first love. You
Yeah.
know, UFC, he's done a tremendous job with that. But his first love has always been boxing.
Yeah.
And so this is the fact that life is being breathed back into boxing is great for him too. You
Yeah.
know, he is realizing that I'm making my dreams in boxing now come true.
Right.
You know, so it's a good time. It's a good
Yeah.
time for the boxing sport, and that's a wonderful thing. That's
Yeah.
a wonderful thing.
Yep, yep, yep. Well, we're still discussing that fight card, the Zuffa card, and the next fight that I see that we're in discussion was this fight with Umar the
Ramikov. Yeah.
Damito, yes, versus Ahmed El Ali.
Look, let me tell you
Oh,
something. That boy is a light heavyweight that has future. He's gonna have future. Southpaw, and what I
yeah,
believe that on the series of Zuffa, you fight of the night or the knockout of the night, you get a bonus. Well, I know who that bonus is going to, or who that bonus was going to, because I'm gonna tell you,
right,
man, there was no question.
yeah,
When he hit that boy with that uppercut, he
yep,
went out.
yep.
Yeah, the referee didn't even have to count. It
Did
didn't
not,
count. You know,
yep,
uh, it was lights out.
yeah,
It was lights out, man. Uh, you now you don't want anyone to be seriously hurt,
right.
but you got to admit that folks live for that dramatic knockout, and this kid delivered.
He delivered, and we don't often see knockouts thrown by uppercuts, and it was how he positioned his body to slip that right hand uppercut right on the button.
Hmm.
And you could probably tell me, Birdman, before I could tell you in the gym when you're sparring and doing your ring work. Um, uh, when the uppercut does come, how much more of an effect does it have on you as opposed to what you normally keep get hit with from either a jab or a right hook or a left hook, as opposed to that uppercut.
Well, the key with the uppercut, for the most part, is that it's the ones you don't see it coming. You just don't see
That's
it coming. You know,
don't see it
uh,
coming.
it sneaks up on you.
Right.
But most times that uppercut is coming from your legs.
Yeah.
It when you with the way you throw it, all of your leg, your thighs, all of that is going up into that punch.
Yeah.
It's a devastating punch. You know,
Devastating.
it's a devastating punch if you deliver it right. You
Right.
know, if you deliver
Right.
it right, and usually in close. You know,
Yes.
you don't want to do it from too far out. But if you
Yes.
do it in close, and you know the classic example is Mike Tyson.
That's
I
was
mean,
the
that
thought
that
on
was
my
that
mind.
was that was Mike's money. That was his money punch. You know.
That was his money punch, Birdman, and it was Buster Douglas's money punch when he hit Tyson with
Yeah.
the uppercut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't see it coming. You know, you know, your hands are up. You know, you're blocking that overhand. You know,
Right.
and you're blocking that jab. You know, you're
Right.
catching it. That uppercut sneaks in on you.
Sneaks
You
in.
know?
Yeah.
And it's a devastating punch. It really
Yeah.
is. And proof of that with this kid last night, because I mean, there was no question that fight was over
Yeah.
the minute that punch landed. You know, uh, like I said, you know, we don't want to see anyone
Yeah. Seriously.
seriously damaged, but
Right.
you know, damage is a part of the sport.
It's a part of the sport.
Uh,
Exactly. Exactly.
Last night, that kid earned the bonus. Let me tell you, he earned that bonus. And the funny thing about it, Kenny, is that the fight prior to that,
Oh.
Let's do this.
all right, you can call in now. The number and the link to join is in the description.
Let's
Hi,
do
this is the
this.
Birdman Bob Bird. Who's on the line? Are you there, caller? Well,
If the caller.
hello, caller. Are you on the line? I can't
Caller, we're having technical difficulty if you try to call back and see if we can connect.
Yeah.
Everything at this point has been kind of scrambled.
Yeah. But to get back, Kenny,
Yeah.
this kid earned the bonus for the night. But
Yes.
here's the funny thing about that. The fight just prior to that, everybody thought that that kid was going to get the bonus. That fight with Reed Benito.
Yes.
And the kid that he fought, you know, coming in, everybody felt that that he was the kid that was he was undefeated. He
Yeah.
was on a little streak, uh, and he was winning that first round. I mean, he was working, man. He was winning that round, but right at the tail end of that round, in the last 6, 7 seconds, he got dropped. I mean,
Yeah.
whew. And everybody was saying, man, we think that's going to be the bonus, you know, the
Yeah.
way he tagged him. Because I
Yeah.
mean, he was winning that round, but he
Yeah.
let his aggression get the best of him. And the kid, Di Benito, utilized that aggression against him. You know, dropped it. And, frankly, I think what happened is because It happened right at the tail end, okay, of the round. And so I'm thinking, I'm not the referee, but I'm gonna try to get in the referee's mind, okay, that because it happened right at the tail end, of the round, and they knew the 1 minute rest was coming. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna give you that 1 minute, kind of get yourself together, you know.
Yeah,
Uh, had that knockdown came earlier in that round, I don't know that the referee would have allowed it to continue. But he
right.
gave him that. He gave him that 1 minute, okay, to kind of get himself together.
Yeah,
Well, well, it
exactly.
wasn't enough. Let's put it that way. The minute
Well,
wasn't enough to get him back together
and also
because uh,
Birdman, they talked about how Benito uh, trained with no distractions, no family, just old school type of training.
mm,
And you could almost see it in his style because uh, the, he, yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that the fight was close to the end of the round, yeah, he wouldn't have survived it.
yeah, yeah,
And I'm glad it was stopped because um, after the second knockdown,
yeah,
there, there was no question
yeah, yeah,
that if he had continued, he could have seriously gotten hurt.
yeah, yeah. And
And
that's
like,
one of that goes back to something that we always talk about, that our job as a referee is not to prevent a fighter from taking damage, because we know that it's a damaged sport. But
right,
our job is to keep them from taking unnecessary
yeah,
damage. And and if he he just never recovered from that first knockdown,
no,
uh, you
never,
know, and then he got dropped again, and to allow him to go ahead and take some more punishment just wasn't in the books.
what
You know, wouldn't it just wasn't in the books.
it just
Uh,
wasn't in the books. Yeah,
and they thought that, well, up to that point, that was going to be the knockout of the night. That kid was going to get the bonus.
right,
He got upstaged. He got
right.
up.
And, and who would have guessed it? I mean,
Hey, hey. But here we go again. Back to back fights,
yeah,
outstanding results.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, back
Yeah,
to back fights.
yes,
So that's what I'm saying. The cards are stacked with competitive fights.
yes,
And this was a classic example. I mean, you thought, oh man, this was good, man. This kid gonna get the bonus, knockout of the night, you know, and next fight, just took all his cookies away.
so,
He took all his cookies away.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but uh, it just goes to show that Zuffa is doing what it said it was going to do. It's going to put competitive fights on. It's
yeah,
going to put these kids out that yeah, people don't really know. They don't really know their names yet, but they will,
yeah,
because after this round goes through, then what they're going to do is match the best of this, the best of this group, match it against the best of the next group, and
mm,
out of that group will come, the ones that are going to fight. I think ultimately for a group of belt
yeah.
that's coming, you know. Uh, but by the time you get to fight for that Zuffa belt, you will have earned it.
You have earned it.
You will have earned it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and I can't fight that.
That's right. That's right. Well, we got a fight card coming up this weekend between Mario Barrios versus Ryan Garcia. And I'll tell you this, Birdman. I think it's a good matchup. I I guess I can say that I do have a little question mark that dates back a little bit with Ryan Garcia when he fought Devin Haney, and he fought masterfully and beat Devin Haney, but there was something going on when he got tested that was controversial. You correct me, Birdman, if you like, but I don't know if it was performance enhancing or what it was. But the loss that was given to Devin Haney for losing to Ryan Garcia, they erased. Now, am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, yeah. Uh he didn't pass a test. I guess it was a second test.
Yeah,
Um, and so the decision was reversed.
right,
Um, but the thing that jumps out at me in this fight, I don't make predictions. I can't.
right.
But the thing that jumps out to me about this is which Ryan Garcia is going to show up.
Yeah,
You know, this kid is tremendously talented.
yes, he
He
is.
has a tremendous amount of talent,
Yes,
but sometimes his head ain't right, you
yeah,
know? And so the question is, which Ryan Garcia is going to show up?
yeah,
Is he going to be the one that has this tremendous talent, is focused, knows what is ahead of him, is going to give the proper respect to that contender over there on the other side, or somebody else?
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
Uh, but what I do know is that um, Barrios is a guy that is also very talented,
yes,
and you know he survived a strong test from Pacquiao.
yes, he did.
That was a very competitive fight. The old man showed up, okay,
The old man
and
showed
uh,
up.
it was a very competitive fight, and so I think it tested Barrios. You know, he had to answer some questions about himself in that fight because he
Yes,
had to dig a little deep. And so which Ryan Garcia is going to show up? That's the key, because if the Ryan Garcia that is so talented and uses that ability, um, uses that charisma, he's a very difficult out. He's a
yeah,
very difficult guy to beat. But if he's that other Ryan Garcia,
yeah,
that Raleigh beat, when they fought in New York,
yeah,
uh, he was just a shell of himself in
yeah,
that fight. Now I want to give proper, cred to Raleigh. I mean, Raleigh fought the fight that he had to fight,
he
you
had to
know,
fight.
and he came to fight, and he did fight, and so for me it's a pick 'em,
Yeah,
because if Garcia is on, he has the boxing ability and the power to be a very difficult out for anybody. However, Barrios, I think style wise, uh, has the boxing ability to also, win the fight.
yeah,
So for me, it's a pick 'em. You know, it's a pick 'em fight, because I just don't know which Ryan Garcia is going to show up. I know Barrios is going to show up and be focused.
yeah. Well, consistency in fighting is always a key. And like you said, Garcia, th- there's no excuses come Saturday.
Right,
He's
right.
got to get in there and he's got to do what he got to do. And like Barrios, the only question mark for Barrios, the fact that he fought Manny Pacquiao, we can tip our hat out for being, but for the fact that Barrios, the fight ended up a draw is kind of what, like you said, I have to go because if it's a draw, then one could have made it go 1 point. 1 point out, and he would have won. 1 point for Barrios. So yeah, I both fighting it because there's a difference of how how their career advanced.
Well,
So
some people say that,
said,
that Ryan fights down to the level of his opponent. Well, that won't be the issue in this fight because
yeah,
Barrios is coming. Barrios is going to be Barrios is a true professional, and he's going to come in there
yeah,
and he's going to do what he is supposed to do in the manner that he's supposed to do it. So if Ryan doesn't come in totally focused, it could be an early night.
yeah. It could be a really nice. Okay, next we got Richardson Hutchins, who is 20 wins, 8 KOs, fighting Oscar Duarte. Now, Oscar has got 33 fights, 30 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. So you look at the fight, both of them got thing to see uh, how this one will play out because personally, I had to do a little homework on both guys because I just don't know them that well. I will know them come Saturday because I'll be at the fight card just like you will because you'll be working at your official capacity as the replay official, and I'll be there working with the media, which just continues with me as far as working with the media. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, the thing that jumped out at me when I looked at this is that uh, Duarte uh, certainly is, at least on paper, the stronger fighter. I mean, he has
Yeah.
23 knockouts. Okay.
Yes.
While Hitchens is nowhere close. Hitchens has, he's 20-0. He's undefeated, but only 8 of those
Or
came via
knockout.
knockout.
Yeah.
So there's a question in my mind because I'm not terribly familiar with both of them. Um, but it seems to me that what's bubbling here is a matador and bull.
Yeah.
Uh, Hitchens is going to be the matador,
Yeah.
and I think Duarte is going to be the bull.
It's gonna be the
Uh,
bull.
and so it's going to be a question of can Hitchens hold the bull off?
Yeah.
Okay, can you keep him at bay?
Yeah.
Can you box him and be strong enough to keep him at bay? Because if you can't, the more powerful person, at least on paper, is Duarte.
Yeah.
So and Duarte is on a 4-fight win streak. He's been winning.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's definitely has a power edge, and the rumor is that he's the best Mexican fighter that's never won a title.
Let's never.
So he's going to be motivated. I
Yes.
think that's going to give him a lot of motivation.
Yeah.
So this is again, styles make fights, and so in this fight, what I'm sensing is that Hitchens is going to stick and move and box, and Duarte is going to bring a lot of pressure, a lot of power. And the question is, who's going to win out.
Yeah, and I think the biggest factor when you look at the numbers is Hutchins. Of his 20 fights, he only has 8 KO.
Yeah,
As a fighter, that would motivate me if I was fighting him to just keep the pressure on him all night. And a lot of people look at wanting to see knockouts, but I think if if Duarte keep that pressure on him all night, if you don't knock him out, you'll win by a decision. A win is a win.
yeah,
Now, if Hutchins has got something to keep Oscar off from the jab or from his footwork, oh well. But I'm going to have to lean toward Oscar on this one.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
like I said, I can't make any predictions, but I know that styles make fights, and the
yeah,
question in this fight, at least on paper, at least on paper, because
yeah,
you once you step through that rope, that paper goes out the window. Uh, you know, but at least on paper, Duarte is the stronger fighter, and
yeah,
so the question for me in a fight with these styles is Hitchens going to be able to keep him off? Is he
yeah,
going to be able to box him for however many rounds and keep him off, or is power going to power and the pressure going to nullify all that?
yeah,
So
exactly.
styles to make fights. We'll see which style is most dominant.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the last fight that we got on the docket here, and I think this could be the best fight of the night.
Well, I can't argue with you because I'm
Gary
right. I'm
Russell,
I'm right
Gary
in sync with
Russell.
you.
Yep, Gary Russell. I've seen him more than once, more than twice, and he comes to fight. And his opponent, Andy Hieroko, he comes to bring it too.
Yeah, yeah,
They both are coming to bring it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And being that Oroka was the WBO Asian Pacific Super Lightweight Champion. He's got 24 wins, 19 by KO.
Mhm.
And then you look at Gary Russell, that's got a total of 19 fights, 18 wins.
You must obey.
Well, wait a minute. Looks like we got a caller here.
All
Come
right,
on, caller. Come on, caller. Bring it. Caller.
caller, you're on the line.
I'll continue with making my point here. Yeah, I'll
Well,
continue my point. Um, uh, so with Gary Russell, with the total of 19 fights, 18 wins, but 17 KOs is what is the fight of the night. Explosive. Uh,
yeah.
uh, both fighters are going to come in and show what they got because their record says it all.
Yeah. Well,
And
for me, I know that Russell comes from a fighting family. It's
yeah,
it's a whole family of them, and they all can fight, and they're all good. Okay, uh, both of these fighters are southpaws, so there's no edge there. You know, Uh, Normally, a southpaw might have a little edge because most people are orthodox, but in this fight, both of these fighters are southpaws, so you can throw that out the window. Uh,
Yeah.
Hiroka is a little taller. He's a little taller of the two fighters,
Mhm.
and so the question always when you have that dimension is, will Hiroka be able to fight tall? Will he be able to utilize his height and his reach to keep Russell off? Because Russell is shorter and he's coming. He's
He
a he,
coming.
he's a pressure fighter. Uh, Throws extremely fast, accurate combinations. Um, they he's fought good competition throughout his career, as has Roca. So this is, I agree with you. This could be the fight of the night.
Yeah.
This was a fight that has all of the makings of fighter for the fighter of the night.
Yeah.
Both of them have had, like I said, good competition, fought against good competition. I think uh, Russell just beat Bartholomew, and Bartholomew is one out of that Cuban school. You know, tough fight.
Yeah.
So it again, styles do make fights. So question
Yes.
is, who's going to be on that night? Who's going to be on that night, and who's going to be able to uh, 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 enforce their will upon their opponent? Because I
Right.
know that Russell is a pressure fighter. Rookie
Yes.
doesn't strike me as a pressure fighter, but he's one that takes care of business, and if he gets you hurt, he's a good finisher. From what I just from
Yeah.
the things that I've seen, the little clips that I've seen, he's a good finisher. So it's a fight that could well be the fight of the night.
Yeah. Yeah. And you summed it up very well. With Russell, he's a pressure fighter. With Oroku, he gets the job done.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
how he gets it done with 19 knockouts.
mhm, yeah,
When
yeah,
he knocks
yeah,
them out, or is he sizing them up and
yeah,
knocking them?
yeah.
And
Well, brother
also
Ken,
not knowing if the fighter or if the fights for Oroco is going into the later rounds, or is a portion of his knockouts going in the early rounds. So we don't know how that's being tested, because when they're throwing power and they're coming hard, is the distance going 12 rounds. Does that enter the mindset
yeah.
as opposed to just looking for the knockout?
Well, it's a test of wills.
Yeah,
It's a test of wills, and one will and one will not. Put it that way.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, brother
Okay,
Kenny,
well,
you know what? We've kind of touched on a lot of fights, both past and to come, and we've shared some knowledge with our fans out there that perhaps they weren't acquainted with. Certainly, when we talk about the mouthpiece, and when we talk about the mindset of a referee when certain situations come up, and that's one of the things that we love to do is share with you folks out there a better understanding of some of the things that occur in this good and wonderful sport and within a boxing match.
right,
Because if you better understand the sport, you can better appreciate the sport. And that, for Kenny and I, is one of our ultimate goals, that
yes,
you can better understand and better appreciate this wonderful sport that's been so good to both of us.
yes. Very well said. And as always, when we end our show, which we are at the point of a close, we want to always remind you that what I say, you must obey.
And you know what? I want to thank all of you folks out there for watching the official call live today. We do this once a week.
Yes.
So next week, let's do this.